As I told you guys before, I always have the best guests on my program. I'm here with one of the fantastic hot voices in voiceover work. I'm here with Jonathan Todd Ross. How you doing, Jonathan?
I'm doing very well. You're facing this way. I'm doing very well.
Well, thank you for being here. Thanks for spending time on it. So, who inspired you to get involved in voiceover animation?
I never intended to get into voiceover animation. It was just sort of a kind of thing that just happened. I was just an actor in New York City, and one day I got a voiceover job. So it was really only after the fact of being a voiceover actor and being a Saturday morning cartoon villain that I started thinking about Saturday morning cartoon villains who inspired me over the years. Skeletor, Gargamel. You can definitely hear a lot of Skeletor in my Marek voice. So it was really after the fact thinking about some of like the great voiceover actors beforehand.
Yeah, there's Alan Oppenheimer, Frank Welker, then there's Peter Cullen, Neil Ross, Michael Bell, even Arsenio Hall. A lot of people don't know Arsenio Hall used to do a lot of voiceover work back in the late 80s. So how did you get the voice of Marek for Yu-Gi-Oh?
How did I
land the job?
My first job was on a show called Ultraman, and the director of Ultraman got moved over to Yu-Gi-Oh at a different studio for season 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh, and when he did that, they were casting for a new bad guy. I didn't realize it was going to be like a big bad guy. I thought it was just going to be like a couple episodes, and he brought me over to audition, and I got the job, and then over the course of a month, we sort of nailed down the voice. We went at it a couple times and eventually landed on the voice that turned into the Marek voice.
Did you study anything about Egyptian history in order to get more into the character, or you just go with the direction of the director?
That is an excellent question, and the answer is beyond whatever knowledge I had of Egyptian history from high school. No, there wasn't anything specific that I did for the role. I know that the pace of these shows was such that you really wouldn't know what was coming up. I always tried to be a very diligent actor and learn everything I could, but the pace was such where they would just, the script would come in hot off the presses, and they would throw you into the booth, and you would get it done, and then a few days later you'd be back in the booth for like the next episode. So unfortunately, there wasn't even the time to really. Especially back in those days when you didn't have easy access to the manga and you couldn't easily find out, the arc of the show in Japan, where, for me it was just like, go, go, go.
Okay. Was there ever a role that you auditioned for you didn't get, and why?
Oh my God, there were more that by 1,000-fold I auditioned for more roles than I got, and I think that's the story of every actor. And of course, some of them really bug you. But I think if you let that get to you and if you start obsessing over the jobs you didn't get, you sort of lose the fun of doing it in the first place. And if it's not fun, you shouldn't be doing it.
Right. So if somebody wanted to collaborate with you in the future for work, what's the best way for them to reach you?
Mostly I do audiobooks these days, but every once in a while I get to come back to animation work or another kind of acting work. And probably the first place to go is my website, jonathantoddross.com. Or if you just want to say hello, you can find me there or on socials, the Instagram, TikTok.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard what the man said. Check out his website, and you can also use all of the links on his social media. Jonathan, thank you so much for your time. Keep kicking ass and taking no prisoners.
Thank you very much. It was great talking to you today.
All right, guys, that's a wrap. Until next time. Bye-bye.